There are three numbers in the Australian retirement system that I call the punishment zones. Three specific super balances where you get a worse deal than the person above you and the person below you. You're stuck in the middle, getting squeezed from both sides, and most people sitting on these numbers have no idea it's happening. If your super is anywhere near $350,000, $650,000 or $750,000, this video is about you. And by the end of it, you'll understand exactly why those numbers are so dangerous. Punishment zone number 1, around $350,000. This is the cruelest spot in the entire system, and almost nobody talks about it. At $321,500 in assessable assets, you get the full age pension, $31,200 a year, plus the pensioner concession card, cheap prescriptions, energy supplements, council rate discounts, bulk billing, the full package. At $350,000, you're only $28,500 above that threshold. Your pension drops by about $2,200 a year. Not devastating on paper, but here's what actually happens. You'll lose the full pension status, and depending on your state, some concession benefits are tied to receiving the full rate, not just any rate. In some cases, the difference between $321,500 and $350,000 in assets can cost you $3,000 to $4,000 a year in pension reduction plus lost concession value. Meanwhile, your extra $28,500 in super, at a 5% drawdown, that gives you an extra $1,425 a year. So you have $28,500 more savings than the bloke next door, and you're taking home $1,500 to $2,500 less per year. You've been punished for saving an extra $30,000. A bloke named Warren from Ballarat told me his balance at retirement was $347,000. His mate retired the same month with $310,000. Warren assumed he'd be better off. He wasn't. His mate got the full pension, the full card, and paid $7.70 per prescription. Warren got a part pension, a reduced card, and paid $31.60 for the same pills. Warren's extra $37,000 in super is costing him money every single year. If you're sitting just above $321,500, even by $20,000 or $30,000, you are in the worst spot in the system. The person below you is getting more from the government than you're earning from that extra money. Punishment zone number 2, around $650,000. This is what I call the dead zone. You're too rich for any meaningful pension, but you're not rich enough to live comfortably without one. At $650,000, you're $328,500 above the full pension threshold of $321,500. Your pension has been tapered down to roughly $5,600 a year. That's $215 a fortnight, barely enough to cover a weekly grocery shop. Your super drawdown at 5% gives you $32,500 a year. Add the part pension, total income roughly $38,100. Now compare that to someone with $500,000. Their pension's higher, roughly $17,200 a year. Their super drawdown is $25,000, total income $42,200. The person with $150,000 less in super is making $4,100 more per year. And compare it the other direction. Someone with $800,000 gets no pension, but their super drawdown at 5% is $40,000. They're making $2,000 more than you, and they've accepted they're self-funded. They're not stuck in the taper zone, bleeding money from both sides. At $650,000, you're getting a pension so small it barely matters, but it's just big enough that you're still being means tested. You're doing paperwork for Centrelink, reporting changes, worrying about thresholds. For $215 a fortnight? A woman named Patricia from Toowoomba had $640,000 at retirement. She spent 3 months going back and forth with Centrelink, forms, phone calls, waiting on hold. She ended up with a part pension of $230 a fortnight. She told me, "I spent more time getting it than it's worth." She's not wrong, but that $230 a fortnight over 20 years is still $120,000, so you can't just ignore it either. That's what makes this zone so maddening. It's not enough to live on, not small enough to ignore, and the hassle of maintaining it is relentless.
Punishment zone number 3, around $750,000. This one is different from the other two. The first two are about the pension taper crushing you. This one is about the cliff. The pension cut-off for a single homeowner is $722,000. Below that, you get at least some pension, and you're in the Centrelink system. Above it, nothing. Zero pension. No concession card, no supplements, no bulk billing incentives, nothing. At $722,000, your part pension is tiny, about $6 a fortnight. But you're still in the system. You still get the pensioner concession card. And that card is worth $2,000 to $4,000 a year in savings.
At $750,000, just $28,000 above the cut-off, you're completely out. No pension, no card, no concessions, everything at full price. Your super drawdown at 5% gives you $37,500 a year. The person with $722,000 gets $36,100 in drawdown, plus $156 in pension, plus the concession card benefits worth $2,000 to $4,000. They're making the same money as you, possibly more, with $28,000 less in super. Now here's why this zone is particularly nasty. Super balances move. Your fund has a good quarter, your balance jumps from $715,000 to $740,000. Suddenly you've crossed the threshold and your pension is gone. Next quarter, the market dips, you're back below. But Centrelink doesn't automatically reinstate you. You have to tell them. You have to reapply.
A mate of mine, Jeff from Newcastle, crossed the cut-off 3 times in 2 years because of market fluctuations. Each time he had to call Centrelink, wait on hold, update his details and wait for reassessment. The 3rd time he nearly gave up, nearly just let the pension lapse permanently, which would have cost him thousands a year. If your balance is hovering anywhere between $700,000 and $750,000, you're on the cliff edge, and the view isn't great.
So what do you actually do if you're in one of these 3 zones? I'm not going to pretend there's a magic fix, but the principle is the same for all 3. If you're near $350,000, seriously ask whether that extra money above $321,500 would serve you better inside your home. A renovation, paying off a small debt on the property, converting an accessible asset into an exempt one. The maths on this can swing thousands of dollars a year.
If you're near $650,000, this is where the pension pivot matters most. Structuring your drawdown to move through the taper zone faster rather than sitting in it for 15 years can save you tens of thousands over your retirement. Don't drift, plan the trajectory. If you're near $750,000, know the exact cutoff and manage around it. If you're $20,000 above, that money might be better spent on your home or a prepaid funeral than sitting in your super, keeping you locked out of the pension system entirely.
And regardless of which zone you're in, talk to a financial advisor who specialises in Centrelink, not a generalist, someone who lives and breathes these thresholds. Because the difference between sitting on the wrong side of a line and the right side can be $5,000 a year, every year, for the rest of your life. 3 punishment zones: $350,000, $650,000, $750,000. 3 balances where the system punishes you for being in the wrong spot. Not for being broke, not for being rich, just for landing on the wrong number. The retirement system in Australia doesn't reward the people with the most money, it rewards the people who understand where the lines are. Which zone are you closest to? Drop your balance in the comments, I'll tell you which side of the line you're on. I'm the Retired Aussie, I'll see you in the next one.